What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to be doing some river walleye ice fishing. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I got like 2 hours of free time this morning, so I figured I'd take you guys out and do one of the fun little things I like to do in the winter. It's a little different. Not a lot of people do it. You know, a lot of guys obviously focus on the lakes, but I really like to get out on these rivers when you can, when they freeze up, because a lot of times in my experience the fish are a lot more aggressive, and when it's good, it's awesome. So you can see behind me though, we got the war pig. I'm really missing that thing. I cannot wait to get back in the boat. You know, I genuinely enjoy hard water, I really do, but there's something about open water, I just love it. But just a matter of time. She just gets a small break. It'll only be, oh, I don't know, 2-3 months and we'll be back on the open water chasing them. I generally get back out in Red Wing area, you know, mid-March or so. But in the time being, we'll chase them on the frozen rivers. We'll see you there. All right, guys, we have made it. Go ahead and pop some holes here. See what we can see. Oops. Oh yeah, tons of ice. So I've actually got this spot waypointed already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set up on this right away. See you in the shack. All right, guys, just got the ice shanty set up. So a lot of times what you want to look for on a river system, I'll show you once it gets light out and we'll probably start moving around. But right now, the main channel is basically behind us and we're kind of sitting on a shallow, like kind of flat that's off the channel. It still has a little bit of current, but it should be nearish the main current seam, and a lot of times the walleyes will leave deep holes to come up onto these flats to feed early in the morning. So we're gonna get some baits down and see what happens. All right, we're just getting set up here. Right now I just have a dead stick down with a fat head. And then I'm gonna be tipping a buckshot spoon here with a pinched off fathead minnow as well. I'll show you that in a second here. Yeah, that's what the lighting's kind of crap. I'll show you in a second here. I gotta switch camera angles. We're kind of all set up here. On that side, I got just a dead stick with a fathead minnow. And on my jigging rod, I'm running a buckshot spoon with a pinched off fathead. That's what we're rocking with today. Just nothing crazy. Gold spoon, has a rattle in it. Really like it, makes a lot of noise. And the reason I like to run a dead stick with this combo is a lot of times this spoon will bring them in, and then if they're feeling a little finicky, they'll hit the dead stick instead. So we're just going to be doing some pretty aggressive pops like this. And this is certainly more of a big fish pattern. So it's not really a high catch rate, but a lot of times they'll hook into some really nice fish getting up on a shallow sweet spot like this. So we'll see what happens. Bite may be a little tough today. I just had one come in and look at it for about 30 seconds. Was dancing with it up and down all around in the water column. Just wouldn't commit. But we'll see. Maybe as the day progresses, they'll get a little more aggressive and start firing. We'll see. Here we go. Hooked up. Doesn't feel real big. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, barely an eater if you're looking to keep fish. Not a bad one though. Not a bad one to start the day. They are definitely being finicky today though. I'm not sure what the deal is. I don't know if it's the new snow cover. And all I did different this time was I just tried running a full minnow to see if that might entice a bite a little better. But hopefully that's a good sign. Hopefully that means we'll have some bigger girls coming through. Smell your little buddy. Definitely being finicky. Just had another one come in. Look at it. I don't know, I might have to switch up presentations or something here. We'll see. Come on, hit again. Another fish, another rejection. That's how it goes some days though. Alright boys, I think we got a pretty nice walleye on here. See if we can get him up out the hole here. Oh yeah. There's a dandy. Real nice walleye. Sorry I didn't get the hook set on video. Snappy little eater. He's probably like a 20. Not bad. Not bad at all. So as you can see here, we have a whole pile of fish coming through. And a lot of times when you see a massive congregation like this, 9 times out of 10 on a river system, it's going to be rough fish. But also on a river, if you're seeing a lot of life, that generally means you're in the right area. GoPro, stop recording. Alright guys, just pulled a nice 20-inch walleye here. Like I said, all we're doing is jigging a golden buckshot spoon. We're kind of on a shallow sweet spot here.
This is kind of where walleyes like to congregate when the river current is fairly high.
So yeah, let's have a day, boys. All right. So far we picked up, what, 3 now? I've had a lot of fish come through, getting rejected by a lot of fish. So I think what we're gonna do now that the day's progressing, I got a little bit of time left, so I think we're gonna hop out and we're just gonna drill a whole ton of holes, and we're just gonna bounce around and see if we can find some more aggressive fish. Now that I got you in the open, as you can see, this is where we're at on the river. Main channel's kind of there, and we're just kind of up near shore on a shallow sweet spot here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of looking, see what we got. See, there's a fish. That's the thing with rivers, you really never know what species of fish you're looking at per se. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do is, as you can see here, this is just kind of a shallow flat that runs up to the bank, as you can see on the screen here. And you look down both directions, it's just a nice sand flat that they'll move up onto to feed. Like I said, I was seeing lots of fish, but getting rejected by most. So we're gonna bounce around. Might try some deeper water out in the main channel. Looks like there's some kind of submerged timber over there that would create a nice little current break for them. They might be sitting in there ambushing prey, so we'll see what happens here. All right, so here's another good area to set up on. As you can see, they kind of have a rip-rap wall built along the riverbank. And if you look at it with this forward-facing sonar, right now we're pretty much right at the base where the rip-rap ends and it meets the main, bottom there. That's a really good, rock to sand transition, rock to mud, whatever it may be. That's a really good area to set up on. So I think we're gonna go ahead and jig on this for a little while. Might try a couple more spots, and then I think we'll be out of time. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys. I think that's a wrap. I'm running out of time here, so I'm gonna have to kind of get packed up and head out of here. But not a bad day, Put 2 or 3 nice walleyes topside. Considering the conditions, I don't know if it's the new snow cover or we just kind of had a blizzard come through recently. I think that may have kind of put them in a negative mood. Seen a lot of fish, so I think in the future we should have some pretty good bites coming our way out here on the river. And then yeah, just kind of recap, really don't need anything crazy. All you need is just any kind of spoon like that generally works pretty well. The fathead, like I said, I like to run a dead stick as well. I'm really surprised we didn't get any on the dead stick today, but that's how it goes sometimes. And then yeah, if you are going to come out to these rivers, for one, just be safe, check ice. Rivers are very dangerous, obviously. If you were to fall through and get sucked under the ice, it's not a good deal. So just make sure you bring a spud bar and check every other step. And then two, locationally, as far as how I like to break down this water, you know, a lot of times your best spots are going to be near deep holes. So like a big bend in the river, that's generally going to create a deep hole that holds a lot of fish. And a lot of your best spots are going to be any kind of flat adjacent to the deep hole. Especially in low light periods like early morning, late evening. You know, a lot of times we even have random bites mid-afternoon out here, but you just kind of never know. That's kind of the fun thing about these rivers. The bite changes every day. You know, tomorrow we might not catch anything here, or we might catch 30. You never know. It's all about just covering water and putting hours, you know, in locating these fish. Yeah. And then, you know, as far as location, again, adjacent flats to deep water like that, if there's any kind of weeds on them or rocks, that kind of makes it a mega spot, like a really, really good spot. So yeah, just be sure to look for that. And by no means do you need forward-facing sonar to do any kind of bite like this. You know, an underwater camera works great for trying to break down structure like that. Like I said, if you just find a big bend in the river, locate a deep hole, and then just kind of go generally on an inside bend adjacent from that deep hole, that's where you're going to find a really good flat like that. Pop a few holes, look around with the camera, see if you can find some rock and weed structure. And if you find something like that, you're probably on the money. Yeah, so I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.